Greetings, and welcome once again to Creepy Ghoul Vision. I am Creepy Ghoul, your host. I trust that all of you had a scary holidays into a creepy new year. 2020, back to fucking reality. At 6 o'clock Monday morning, it's time to get up, to go to work. Isn't that right, Napoleon? This is Napoleon. So what I have for you guys today is the out with the old year, in with the new year record update and other forms of physical media that wasn't previously featured in past videos. So let's get right to it. So for those of you who didn't catch my Elvis Blue Christmas tribute, I suggest you go look at it right now. It's on my channel, check it out. It's Creepy Ghoul doing Blue Christmas by Elvis Aaron Presley. So this is some of the new shit. Never mind the music. A friend of mine gave me this one by Dawkin, Just Got Lucky single. And on the other side, yeah, Just Got Lucky once again. Different mix. All about the promo copy. Why can't I get into focus here? Okay, so I've got a lot of Bauhaus records in my collection. I had a choice with this one. I could have had an original, or, well, not so much an original, but an earlier pressing, or this one right here, which is the remastered reissue, Gatefold. I chose this one instead. Same price, mind you, but I don't know, I wanted the gatefold, and I was really extremely curious about the remaster of the old Bauhaus records and whatnot. And I've listened to this, and it sounds really, really freaking amazing. So I'm pretty happy with this purchase. However, if I do come across like an earlier pressing again, I won't hesitate to pick it up for a good price. Okay, so there we go. So Mayhem, Out from the Dark, featuring Dead on vocals, everybody's favorite vocalist. Now, it's funny what a lot of these record companies are doing. Much like what they did with the Ramones, they've dug up all these recordings that have been bootlegged for years and years and years, and officially release them. I really don't know what to think about that, but you know, some of the recordings they have cleaned up quite nicely and respected them and released them. This just so happens to be one of them, and I've got like bootlegs of this one already on CD from the old days. But yeah, it's nice to have an official release from Peaceville Records at that, authorized by the band. And to this day I still refuse to watch that god-awful Hollywood bubblegum Lords of Chaos. I read the book, it was great, but yeah, I'm not sold on that movie. Okay, there we go. Suicide. Half Alive album. This is a great fucking album. Okay? If you're into like the noise, the EBM, the industrial, these guys were way ahead of their time, coming out of the 70s, the mid-70s. This was before punk rock, and the punks hated these guys when they came out. But yeah, Suicide, great shit. Very extremely nerve-wracking, but, you know, it's not for non-trained ears. Suicide, two-piece band from New York City. Alan Vega and Martin Rev. Alan Vega, I actually discovered Alan Vega from the Sisters of Mercy. I believe the Sisterhood, the album called Gift. Apparently he did vocals on that, which blew my mind because I thought it was Andrew singing. But anyhow, yeah, Suicide. Been listening to a lot of them lately. A friend of mine picked this up for me. I'm a big Peanuts fan. I think I already have this, maybe a different version of it, but nevertheless, it's a Peanuts record. Okay, so now, let's see what we've got here. So, Attack, Zombies. This is the original. I actually have a reissue of this, an early pressing of a reissue of this, but I stumbled across this original, and I just had to have it. It was a really good price. An old punk rock band. Yeah, this is really good stuff, and reminiscent of, say, Broken Bones, the Verukers, and whatnot. Good shit. A friend of mine gave this to me. I actually wanted this one. Funny enough, I was looking for the 45 of this for off and on for like years, in case I stumbled across it, but I ended up getting the 12-inch version of it. Eddie Murphy's Party All the Time. No doubt, great party track right here. It even has an instrumental on there as well. So I finally picked up Joy Division's Closer. Funny enough, I never had this on LP. I don't know. Again, moody band. Very extremely moody band. This one comes as 180 gram heavyweight vinyl. God, I fucking hate that word. Replicating original album artwork cut from the 2007 Masters. Great fucking album. No question about that at all. Okay. And a friend of mine actually found this for me. I never had this on LP. An early pressing of the Joy Division Peel Sessions. Okay, so let's flip that over. Yeah, I was pretty happy to have this one, definitely. There we go. Ian Curtis, always rest in peace. I came across this one. It was a pretty cheap record. The band is called the BBs, and the album is called Horror Movies. Enchantment. A very quirky, rare, weird, unique gem. It's actually pretty good. It's got the abominable Dr. Phibes on there. And it's just a couple of tracks called Horror Movies and Enchantment. It's fun. Put it on at a party. It'll go over very well. Especially a Halloween party. There we go. The classic first album by Suicide. I finally got my hands on this thing. So there we go. See if I can focus in on that sticker there. There we go. From 1977. Most definitely, extremely nerve-wracking album beyond belief. If you can tolerate this shit, I love it. I love it. Just put it on in a darkened room, light some incense, maybe some candles, get yourself a strong fucking drink, and just sit back and just listen to this piece of chaos. Yeah, like I said, I've been listening to a lot of Suicide lately. Really good shit. Another thrift store find. You know what? I'm all about de-stressing and relaxation when I get home, and you know, I love stuff like this. Again, thrift store find. It cost me like next to nothing. The record itself was in pretty good shape, and I'm all about atmosphere as well. Look at that. There we go. No question about that. Okay, so here we go. Check this out. So, this is Joy Division's Still album. This was released after Ian's death. So circa 1980-81. Yeah, I like this album, God, even better than Unknown Pleasures and Closer combined, put together. If Joy Division was a punk rock band, this is what they would sound like. This album right here, Still. If you don't have this album in your collection, go out and find it. Seriously, get it. It's a gatefold double LP, dark and moody, and just very, very, very post-punk and very punk. You just have to give this a listen, man. I'm telling you. Again, if Joy Division was a punk rock band, this is what they would sound like. Good shit. Really good shit. And speaking of which, here we have something I've been looking for a while, and didn't expect to find it on a 12-inch LP, but I'm glad I did. One of my favorite New Order tracks, Everything's Gone Green, and a very extremely underrated track at that, from 1981. There you go. The Everything's Gone Green 12-inch. And the other two tracks, Cries and Whispers and Mesh, are not bad as well, but I was pretty happy to find this on a 12-inch LP. There you go. Great track. Great track. And here we have some more albums by Suicide. Now this one here is a gem. It's an atmospheric gem. It's the first rehearsal tapes. Okay, this was done in the mid-70s. There it is, 75. Like, these guys were way ahead of their time. This was way before punk rock. And I mean, just put this on and just listen to it. It'll take you to another world, another dimension, another time. Extremely nerve-wracking. Alright, great collection there. Just got this one too, the reissue of Disclose, Nightmare or Reality. Again, rest in peace, Disclose. Great, fuzzy as all hell, Discharge, Worship, Japanese punk rock. And that's so true as well. D-beat, raw fucking punk rock. The real deal, no bullshit. All Jap, no crap. Alright, Extinction of Mankind, Baptized in Shit. Classic early crust album from these guys. Great band. There you go. Extinction of Mankind. Okay, so I've got this one on CD, but I recently found it on LP by a band called Spectre. Again, this is very reminiscent of mid-90s, mid-2000, early mid-2000 black metal, sounding like mid-90s. Really good atmospheric shit. He uses a lot of sound effects. One-man band as well, I believe. No, you really can't see too much on there. No matter how hard I try to focus that in. But, yeah, great band there. Spectre. Check it out. An original pressing of the Poltergeist 1 soundtrack. A friend of mine found this for me, actually. I was really happy to get this. And I was, I was pretty pleased that it was an original recording. Yeah, a really creepy soundtrack at that. Okay. Okay, so I found this one in a... sorry. In a, I don't know what you want to call it, a bargain basement bin. It's an old school live reggae compilation featuring probably my favorite reggae artist of all time, Eka Mouse. And it's got other bands like Little John Fathead, Burrow, Toyin, Welton, Irie, Yellow Man. I've only ever heard of Yellow Man. These other guys I've never heard of, but this is a great raw as hell live reggae album from the early 80s. Really good shit. If you like the old school stuff, the real deal. Give that Bob Marley shit a break, will ya? A friend of mine gave this to me recently, Stones album. It didn't have this one. Love the Rolling Stones. Gatefold. Is this a double LP? Whoa. Yes, it is actually. Yes, it is. Okay, so I found yet another copy of this rare punk rock, Toronto Canadian punk rock gem. What's so special about this one? It's a CKLN 88.1 copy. Somebody wrote on it, "Do not steal," and I'm assuming that was probably Mr. Brian Taylor, vocalist of this band. Again, decently priced. It was up there, and I had to have it. I own there it is right there. That's what I paid for it, right there. Off the, rest in peace, off the old Fringe Product label out of Toronto here. And definitely had to have another copy of this. This is a gem in Canadian punk rock annals, that's for sure. And to have a CKLN copy, this was the one Brian probably spun on his radio show back in the day called Aggressive Rock, which I used to listen to almost religiously. Great compilation here, and I'm so happy to have another copy. There we go. Okay, how many of you remember the Two Ronnies? I'm also a fan of old school British comedy as well, and love the Two Ronnies. These guys are funny as all hell. Rest in peace, Ronnie Corbett. There we go. I think I have this one on cassette. Great comedy duo from the old days. Here's one a friend of mine gave me as well by the Stones, Sticky Fingers. Not a hard album to find, but probably a hard album to find with a working zipper that's, look, it's still intact. But anyhow, yeah, I'm probably going to get some crazy glue on that or something and just fix it up. But yeah, cool album by the Stones. Don't mind the Rolling Stones at all. I got this one in a trade from one of my best friends. The Infernal Majesty Demos. Now this is a Canadian thrash metal band from the old days. I think they're still around. Surprise, surprise, this was put out on High Roller Records right there out of Germany. And well, I've got a thing or two to say about High Roller, and it's all good. I'll do another video segment after this one, but this is a great collection of the early demos by this band. If you're into like early Possessed and Slayer, any of the early dark shit, yeah, definitely check out Infernal Majesty. Recommended listening this one, of course, and their first album, None Shall Defy. Great album. Anything by Diamanda Gallus I find, I will pick up, because like her shit's just rare as all hell. Again, nerve-wracking beyond belief, a mishmash of like noise and chaos. Look at that. Check out Dimanda Gallus if you're into all that noise stuff like I am. And atmosphere. Put this on in pitch black and just listen to it. It'll creep you the fuck out. Oh, here, speaking of which, I picked this one up at a record show, actually. The Sisterhood. Album's called Gift. Alan Vega actually does vocals on this. And when I first heard it way back when, I was blown away. I'm like, that sounds just like Andrew. Great album. Great goth EBM album. There's a little bit of history behind this album, and it has to do with like former members of Sisters of Mercy who went off and formed the Mission UK. It's just a bunch of politics, and Andrew Eldritch, who a lot of people think is an asshole. Maybe he is, maybe he isn't, I don't know. But, yeah, just started a bunch of shit. Hence this album. Look it up, check it out. This one's a hard one to get. So here we go. We have Heavy Metal Dub. There we go. I love the old dub stuff. By The Scientist and King Tubby, and you know, there we go. So check it out. This is actually a really, really, really cool dub album, old school. It's called Heavy Metal Dub on the Elite Clock Tower record label. Now these guys put out dub records and reggae records like this that are, I notice, are very extremely affordable. Yeah, check it out. Heavy Metal Dub. Okay, got this one in a trade as well off a friend of mine. Deviated Instinct from the UK. Rock and Roll Conformity is the album. Old school crossover from the UK. Really good shit. There we go, from 1988. Yes, sir. Okay. For fans of Doctor and the Crippins, Extreme Noise Terror, early Napalm Death, all those UK bands that were crossing over in the old days. Really good crusty stuff. Oh, here we go. Misfits, We Bite. Still a bootleg, a very respectable bootleg. I probably have like different variations of this bootleg, but I had to have this cool cover of Glenn from the old days, 1982, Irving Plaza, New York City, and the usual bunch of songs right there. We all know them. We know what they're all about. All right, and what do we have here? Another atmospheric piece of wax. There we go. If I can get in. There we go. I got it to focus. Yeah, like I said, I'm a fan of these environmental sounds, and I put them on to relax. And it's really good stuff. It's really good background music as well. And I've got something back here. I think it fell. There it is. Oh, yes. Last but not least, another thrift store find. Jonathan Livingston Seagull. I've got the book. I found the record. Had to get the record. Kids, there's a moral to this story. Check it out. Okay? And it has a lot to do with Creepy Ghoul Vision, what you're watching right now. There we go. Okay. So that was the... that's all the records that weren't featured in previous videos. So yeah. So let's move on to something else now. Some other physical media. Okay, so a thrift store find. I found T2 soundtrack. This is a really, 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 really cool soundtrack. It's extremely dark and quite epic at times. I do recommend this soundtrack. Just put it on, let it run in the background, and do your thing. Really good stuff. I did find, before I picked it up on LP, I found the limited edition digipack of Joy Division's Still album. It's a double CD. Now, the beauty of this is, it's got the actual Still album, and the second disc is, if I can just get in on it there, Town Hall Live 1980. Probably one of Ian's last shows, and it does come here, if I can just get it out here, with a really cool little book of photos of the band, probably backstage there, and some liner notes, probably by Peter Hook. I haven't read it yet, but yeah, like some photos of Ian and the band. Really, really great album, this album, and I'm just sorry I discovered it, like, later. Like I said, if these guys were a punk rock band, this would be the album right here. Highly recommended. Okay, and I probably already have this, or I gave it to my dad, but I picked it up at a thrift store. It's the All in the Family 20th Anniversary Special VHS. Love VHS. Good stuff. Alright, so moving right along, I scored some Laserdiscs. So this one here, a friend of mine got for me, and I already had it, but Laserdiscs are pretty hard to come by, especially the old horror stuff. So I really don't mind having a second copy of this one, because I love Vincent Price, and the two movies here back to back, The Abominable Dr. Phibes and Dr. Phibes Rises Again, back to back, watch them. Two classic, great horror films. Awesome. I don't mind having a second copy of this at all. Oh yeah, so speaking of having a second copy, I found another copy of The Tombs of the Blind Dead, uncensored widescreen director's cut on the old Elite Entertainment label there. The beauty of this one here, why I got it, not only was it nicely priced, but it was still factory sealed. So this has never ever been opened. And so I just picked it up just for collection purposes. I mean, I already have an open copy, but had to have a sealed copy. And I'm a weird collector, aren't I? And last but not least, I found this gem. I found the Sinbad Collection box set featuring all our favorites. The Seventh Voyage of Sinbad, The Golden Voyage of Sinbad, Sinbad and the Eye of the Tiger, and the Ray Harryhausen collection. Terrific. Great little box set. I'm enthusiastic about watching these ones on Laserdisc, actually. And we actually have some Laserdisc features on here, which is really cool for each movie. Nice. Really great stuff. The Sinbad collection. And there you go. There you have it. And there's my Pioneer Laserdisc player right there. Okay. So that's everything so far. I'm going to do another little segment here. So let me just hit pause and I'll get to it. So, I had bought this album, this Venom album, live from the Hammersmith Odeon Theatre, and opened it up and checked it out. Came with the insert from High Roller Records, and came with the LP, of course. But what it didn't come with was the, I don't know how many pages it was, but there was an A4 or A5, booklet, color booklet that it was supposed to come with, according to Discogs. Many of the different variations were supposed to come with them. Actually, all the variations were supposed to come with them, all the colored LPs. I've got the gold LP. And so what I did was, I emailed High Roller Records. Stefan from High Roller Records got back to me quick, fast, in a hurry and asked a few questions about the purchase of the record. And our emails were prompt. And next thing you know, he sends me back an email saying, I'll send you out the booklet. No problem. So he sent me out the booklet all the way from Germany. Thank you, Stefan. I got it in the mail this week. Let's open it. Let's open it up. Check out the booklet. I saw it online, and it's a really, really, really cool booklet. And I know it took a while to get here because he did send it all the way from Germany, probably regular post, which is not a problem at all, or whatever they call it, media mail. But yeah, let's check it out here. Wow, that's a pretty thick book there. There it is. Oh wow, 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 wow. Okay. Okay, so it's wrapped in some nice plastic here. And let's take it out. Oh, he wrapped it up in a plastic record sleeve. Okay, so let's check it out. Oh, it's a nice A5 cardboard book. Oh, wow, 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 wow. Very nice. Very, very nice. Shots from the Hammersmith of the original band. Oh, sick picture of Kronos. Very nice. And wow. Wow. Very, very, very extremely happy to have this. Abaddon and Mantis. Right there. Excellent book. Excellent. Thick, heavy cardboard as well. Thank you so much, Stefan, for coming through and sending me this book that was missing out of my record. Really, really appreciate it. And just like I've always said, man, High Roller Records respects the release. You get all sorts of stuff in here in High Roller Records releases. You get like posters, you get booklets, you get like really amazing inserts, all sorts of stuff. They totally respect the bands that they put out, their releases, and they take great pride and pleasure in putting out like a top quality release. There we go. High Roller Records. Highly recommended. HR. Highly recommended. High Roller Records. Because Creepy Ghoul said so. Alright. So, again, thank you, Stefan. You're the best. Okay, we'll continue to support the label, definitely. Okay, so, a quick unboxing. I got this this week in the post. I ordered it about a month ago, actually, with the holiday rush. It took forever, so let's check it out. So let's. I can't find my usual unboxing tool right now. I'll just use a. Okay, I think my camera just stopped. I don't know. So let's get to it. All right. So this one. I've wanted for a while now. My local record shop did have it. I procrastinated on it for like months and months and months. Went back to get it recently. It was gone. Story of my life. So I found it online, ordered it through Amazon for a really decent price. There you go. Total Chaos. The early years. This is before they signed to Epitaph, actually. So this is like raw, crusty punk rock. There we go. When they signed to Epitaph, I don't know what the fuck happened. But anyhow, there you go. Some of the early songs right there. Great recording. It's been released a few times under, like a... Okay, my camera keeps stopping. I gotta make this quick. I'm running out of storage space. So this is the record store release day of it right there. And that's it. There you have it, folks. All the latest shit. Thank you for tuning into Creepy Ghoul Vision. If you like the video, like, share, and subscribe. Hit that bell to get all the new shit. And we'll see you on the next video. Take care.